The chicken stock has been in the oven for a good 2.5 hours and it looks really good, it smells really good, but I am not going to try this, I have to say. But what I will say is you can use this in soups, stews, curries. Hi everyone and welcome back to Gigi's Kitchen, and if you are new here then hello and welcome. My name's Alexis and in today's video I want to share with you how to make this delicious chicken stock. As I just mentioned, today I want to share with you how to make a really delicious chicken stock, and this time I'm not using the slow cooker. I'm actually going to put this in the oven. I didn't realise until the other day when I looked it up, you can actually oven bake stock as well, so that's what I'm going to do today. The first thing I've done for this recipe is I have preheated my oven to about 150 degrees, so a very low heat. I think that's gas mark 3, I'm not sure what that is in Fahrenheit. You will have to look that up on the internet if you want to know. And I'm going to be using some old chicken bones that I've been storing in the freezer. So whenever we have things like chicken legs or a roast chicken, I always tend to bag up the bones and I put them into freezer bags and I store them in the freezer. So these have been in there a little while, not longer than 6 weeks though, because food does tend to degrade after 6 weeks. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop those bones into the saucepan like so, and then I'm going to add, if I don't drop them all over the floor, 2-second rule, vegetables to this as well. So I have 1 onion that I've just simply chopped into quarters. I haven't bothered to peel it. You can put the skin in, you can peel it if you want to, but I don't bother, to be honest. Then I have 2 small carrots, which would add up to 1 large. I have a celery stick as well, and I am using the scraggly bits as well because everything can go into stock. You're not going to eat these bits, so that's fine. And then I've got about 4 or 5 cloves of garlic. They're only little ones though. I have said 2 cloves of garlic for this recipe, but I didn't have 2 large cloves of garlic, so I've just used about 4 or 5. I basically scraped out the bottom of the garlic dish to see what was left. There was lots of leaves from the garlic and then these were left, so I've just used those. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add that to the chicken stock pot, and then I'm going to add in a teaspoon of sea salt. I would use Himalayan pink salt, but I don't have a lot left, so I'm trying to ration that out before I get some more. So I'm using sea salt today. And I also got about 8 peppercorns as well, and 2 bay leaves as well. You can buy these in the supermarket. We have a big bay leaf tree growing in the garden. Bay leaf trees will grow anywhere. They'll grow in the dirtiest of soil and you will still get some really great leaves off it as well. So yes, I recommend buying a bay leaf tree for the back garden. They do bush out as well, so do be careful with that. So I'm going to add those ingredients in, and then I'm going to add about 2 litres of water, or as much as I can fit in this pot. So I'm just going to keep pouring until all the water has gone in, and I'm just going to wipe up that spill I've made. Won't be a sec, because I don't want that to go off when I turn the hob on. So now I'm going to put this onto a high heat on my hob, and I'm going to bring it to the boil, and then I'm going to leave it to simmer for about 10 minutes. As you can see, the pan is coming to the boil, so I'm just going to turn this down to a medium heat. I'm going to take off the lid as well, and I'm going to put my wooden spoon on top, and hopefully that will help it to not boil over while it's cooling down to a simmer. The wooden spoon absorbs all the heat from the pan and stops anything from boiling over. That trick does really work. My son found that out on a YouTube short, I think, so I keep using that trick. It's really good. So yes, as I said, I'm going to leave this to simmer for about 10 minutes. The stock has been simmering for a good 10 minutes and the vegetables have started to soften, so I'm going to turn the heat off now, and I'm going to put the lid back on. And I'm going to put this into the oven for about 2 to 3 hours. I find that 2 to 3 hours is a perfect amount of time for the stock to become very flavoursome. So yes, as I said, I'm off to put this into the oven for about 2 to 3 hours. The chicken stock has been in the oven for a good 2.5 hours, and It looks really good, it smells really good, but I am not going to try this, I have to say. But what I will say is you can use this in soups, stews, curries. I use it to cook rice with, which is what I'm going to do with it tonight. So I'm going to cook some rice in this lovely chicken stock. You could also cook quinoa and couscous as well. It's really versatile and it makes dishes taste really great as well. So yes, I'm going to leave this to cool and then I will pour it through a colander and let it sit for a while before putting it in the fridge and using it this evening. But as I said, this smells really good and I'm sure it's going to make our rice taste lovely. That's how you make this delicious chicken stock, and that recipe I will link in the description box below for you. As I mentioned earlier, I'm going to be making some rice with this stock and it smells so good, I can't wait to taste the rice. So for now, that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you in my next video. Bye!